Boogie2988 says he was scammed out of $1,000 by St. Jude and lady. So when you go on the St. Jude website to make a donation, the St. Jude website automatically defaults to a monthly donation. Now, if you want to give 5, 10, 15, 20 bucks a month, sure, I could see clicking monthly donation. But if you're donating $1,000, that's probably a one-time donation. And that was what Boogie had intended to do, was give a one-time donation of $1,000, because he can't afford to give $1,000 a month or $12,000 a year. As much as I think it would be amazing if we could all, give towards cancer research, or if there was funding for cancer research that was more and all that. I also understand that if you aren't doing well on your own and you give away money, you are not going to do well to be giving away that money to someone who isn't you, because you're not going to be able to make more money if you end up, not having food, housing, shelter, clothing, all that stuff. Boogie probably has a case to get the second $1,000 back via a chargeback, or just by calling and saying, "I only meant to give you $1,000. I didn't mean to give you $12,000." But the thing is, but I do think it's a scummy business practice for that. For St. Jude to do that, but I understand why they do it. They're trying to get the people who do the 10, 20, 30, $50 a month donations to keep doing it. Because let's say you got 10 people all doing $10 a month. That's $100 a month. That's $1,200 a year. Now you multiply that by another 100. That's 12,000, or another 10. That's 12,000. You multiply that by another 10. So we have 1,000 people doing it. It's 100,000. You have 10,000 people doing that. That's 1.2 million that you've made, which is actually kind of cool. Like, if you can compound with that, it's cool, and that works whether or not you're a charity or just somebody who just makes money from XYZ thing. But it is not a good business practice, in my opinion. St. Jude has been caught doing some things that have been not ethical in the past, but nothing to the point of like harming children with cancer or anything like that, as far as I know. But these business practices definitely harm persons who are poor. So it's one of those things where you gotta work on actually doing that. But also, as a person who's donating, you need to, or anytime you're on a website or anything, enter your credit card number. You always need to be reading it. So I, both parties are in the wrong here, because Boogie's basically saying, "Hey, kids with cancer, I need that $1,000 more than you," and St. Jude's is basically saying, "Hey, I know you only wanted to give us $1,000, but we're going to take another $1,000." Yeah, but yeah, it's not great. It's not great at all. So it could be worse, but he's got to actually go out and try to do things to make things better for himself. And one of the ways he can do that is by making more content. Maybe he should make some content about this. I'm sure if worse comes to worse and he doesn't get the money back, Keem will give him the $1,000. So I'm sure Keemstar will feel bad, especially because Keemstar's been making a lot of money with Lolcow Live, the cancer situation, and how the World of T-shirts Mr. Based situation. But yeah, so the lesson here is always read when you put your credit card information into a site that you're not being charged monthly if you don't plan on being charged monthly. And if they don't stop it after you tell them to, you can contact your bank for a chargeback.